Let's talk about content creation for a minute. I have been making videos for the past 1 year plus. In the last 6 to 9 months, I have been posting 1 to 3 videos every single day on Instagram. This month, I think I started posting on YouTube as well, 2 videos a week. You're watching one of them. A lot of people ask me, Gurmeet, how are you able to be so productive with content creation? So many other people in the industry struggle to do what you do, and people who do match your level of quality are usually having a big team behind them. You don't even have a team. How do you get it done? So that's one question of my output quantity. How do I do so much quantity? Second question is, a lot of people are usually hesitant to get into content creation. Now they understand the outcome that comes from content creation. They know they can do good lead generation. They know they can find a lot of talent from it. They know it will help them give a voice, bring more money in, bring more cash flow in. But they're still hesitant. They're worried people will judge them, things can go wrong. So I wanted to talk about a different angle. Now I'm not going to give you a motivational speech here saying, don't worry, don't care what people will judge you for. You're adults, you guys know that. If I'm having to tell you that, like, you should unsubscribe from my channel. So let's not talk about that. Let's talk about some interesting stuff. There is this concept called first order data or first person data. Now what does this mean? Let's say you ask someone, is it possible to become rich without being born rich? Now, most people will say, no, it's not possible, because I thought so too. I was from a poor family and I thought being rich is something, it's not really possible unless you're born from a rich family. Because I did not have first person data. I had second person data. I've read books, I've seen other people get rich, and most people who got rich usually came from a comfortable environment. But when I started working hard, when I started seeing results come in, now suddenly I had first person data and I had much more confidence in telling people that you can become rich on your own, because I was becoming rich. I started making more money than I've ever dreamt of, and it kept getting better and better. And I could clearly see that I'm just getting started. I have so many more years to go and I'm going to get so much more richer financially, mentally, health, relationship, in every method possible. So that's called the difference between the first person data and second person data. This is a big advantage for business owners. Now, business owners as well, you will see different kind of business owners. Some people will say that start an agency. Some people will say start a product-based companies. Most people that say this usually say it from second person data. They don't have first person data. They haven't tried it themselves. So when they talk about things, they usually aren't certain about it. So now why am I talking about all of this? It's related to content. In content creation, the reason I'm able to produce so much content is simply because I have first person data. Most other people that make content on the Instagram, and that's not just Instagram, on YouTube as well, I would say that's 99% of content creators, they make content based off of second person data. That is the difference between them and me. Excuse me, I just had my food. That is also the reason so many people that consume my content love my content, because they can see value in it simply because I come from first person data. Let me explain this further. What happens on internet is that people consume books, they consume other people's content, they do research, and then they make videos on that, which is very helpful, very useful. Sure. Then there is me and other content creators who experience things, experiment, learn, get first person data, and then make videos off of this. Now, who do you think is more accurate? People with second person data or first person data? Of course, people with first person data. That is why when I make videos talking about e-commerce solutions on my Instagram page, so many founders love it and they reach out to me, because I genuinely understand their problems. I understand where they're struggling with, because I work with so many clients in my agency. When I talk about talent, when I talk about AI, when I talk about business, when I talk about health, all of these topics are me experiencing it as a first person and then making videos on it. So it's much more honest, it's much more reliable, and it's much more accurate compared to second person data. Now, another advantage of this, which I spoke about when we started the video, is how am I able to produce so much output? It's because I live through first person data. I have so much first person data. Every single night I read books. But that's second person data. Once I read those books, I execute whatever I learn into my business, which gives me first person data. I hire people, I fire people, I work with clients in a lot of industries within e-commerce. I sometimes lose my clients, I sometimes close really big deals. I sometimes learn something from another founder, execute it in my company, and suddenly my company grows much faster. So all of these things that I do is first person data, and I do this every single day, which gives me so much information, which in turn gives me the ability to talk about it on the internet. That is why it's very rare for me to run out of ideas or run out of topics on YouTube and Instagram, because I always have first person data. But when you're a content creator who's consuming second person data and trying to make videos, it's hard to keep up with people like me who make content every single day because you run out of ideas. You have to go to ChatGPT, you have to go to YouTube, you have to read more books to get more information. I don't need to do that. I just need to wake up and work like I always do, and I automatically get topics, content ideas, because I live through first person data. I also talk a lot about health, wealth, wisdom. Now I actively live my life as a healthy person. I actively follow a certain diet. I actively quit smoking, quit drinking. That has given me first person data to talk elaborately on the internet. This also gives you a lot of advantage to influence people, and this is very interesting. When I go on stages, when I speak about something, I go to universities and colleges and I give speeches. Most often the HODs, the principals, the deans, the students come up to me after the speech and they're like, Gurmeet, wow, you spoke for an hour and a half and it felt like it was just 20 minutes. It was so good, we loved it, we want you to come back. And the reason they give me so many compliments is because I'm often speaking from first person data. I'm speaking about raw information that I have acquired through experiment every single day. And this is the reason why I never run out of content ideas and topics, because I speak through first person experience. And the second thing we spoke about when I started the video was hesitation. People have hesitation when they start off videos, content creation online, because they're worried people will judge them. I, of course, had the same problem. But the difference is, instead of thinking too much, I started. And just because I started, and it's been few months now, man, I started already, it's been like 1 year, close to a year. I got through the hesitation and I started acquiring first person data, and I very quickly learned that yes, I was right. People do judge me. Even to this day, people are like, Gurmeet, you wear the same clothes on the internet. Gurmeet, you're cringe. Your videos are not edited. Gurmeet, you have so many caption errors, this and that. And I smile because they have no idea the kind of money I'm making because of my content. Because they are not my ideal customer profile. They are my friends. They see me in parties. They see me dancing. They see me happy. But then I have a whole life beyond it where I run a business, I'm competent, I get work done, I provide value to my clients, I provide value to my team, I provide value to my own bank account, and all of that anchors around the content I make. And because I have first person data of this experience, I don't mind when people outside of it judge me, because that judgment doesn't hold value. That judgment comes from second person data of where they see something and they make a judgment, while I live the life, experiment, learn, and then make decisions and judgments. So I want every one of you watching this video, I've kept it very short, 7-10 minutes. There is a big difference between first person data and second person data. So the next time you want to make a decision, ideally listen to people who have been through it themselves and have first person data, or you do it yourself, get that first person data, because that is much more accurate. Cheers.